Hey you guys, Dan with Grid Overland. I'm here in the back of a Link 148 all-wheel drive on the Ford Transit chassis, and I wanted to point something out to everybody. Over the last 6 years, we have tried our best to eliminate, electronics that can fail, buttons that can fail, heater systems, and really gone down the road of only installing the best products we possibly can. And we've done a really good job of that. That said, occasionally something goes wrong and truly needs not just a 20-minute conversation on the phone with us, but like actually a repair. And there's electronics, there's heater systems, there's plumbing, all of that stuff. There's definitely a possibility of, I own a van and I made a mistake of I didn't winterize, and so I had a pipe that froze or something like that, right? So in that event, one of the other things that's a core belief for us is it should be easy to either service, do maintenance, or work on these vans as well. So I want to point something out that's maybe not obvious to everybody as they're looking at vans. If I have wood cabinets with wood screws, as soon as I take those apart, that connection has been weakened. Not to mention all of the rattling and driving is already weakening that connection anyway. So I'm going to point out here. So in this stuff, you've got bolts in all of your connections, and then screws that go into metal. So to get into this, behind here is all of our electrical. And then on this side is all of our plumbing. So to get into this takes about 5 minutes, no more than 10 minutes. For somebody who knows what they're doing with a drill, it's very quick. Every bolt that's used to take off this facade is either a 5/32 hex bolt, or behind this trim, there's a couple of bolts that are Phillips head, but everything in the van is pretty much the same thing to make it really easy to work on in the event that it needs to be worked on. When this face comes off in about 5 minutes, I can then see all of my electrical components. Really easy to service. That means if you ever need to bring it into us, we're not charging you extra time to work on it. If the van is out of warranty, if it needs to go to some tech somewhere else, anywhere across the country, they can easily access all of the parts and get through that process very quickly and easily, therefore saving people money down the road as well. You guys, hope this helps pointing this out. It really is important to us to not only make the product better, but also in the event that something does go wrong, we got your back and we're trying to minimize cost down the road as well.